Understanding the power of self-mastery. Self-mastery is the foundation of every extraordinary life. It is the inner strength that separates those who merely exist from those who truly live. When you master yourself, you gain access to a level of power, clarity, and direction that the average person never experiences. Most people are controlled by their impulses, their emotions, and their habits without even realizing it. They wake up every day and slip into the same patterns, the same reactions, and the same routines because they have never stopped to question who is really in control. Are they controlling their life, or is life controlling them? The truth is, everything begins within you. Before you can build wealth, you must build discipline. Before you can build love, you must build self-awareness. Before you can build success, you must build inner strength. Self-mastery is not about being perfect, it is about becoming conscious. When you understand yourself, your emotions, your fears, your desires, your weaknesses, and your strengths, you gain the ability to direct your life with intention instead of drifting blindly. Think about how many times you've reacted before thinking, how many times you've let anger speak for you, let fear stop you, or let doubt convince you to stay small. These are the moments where self-mastery could change everything. When you have control over your inner world, you stop being a slave to external circumstances. Noise, pressure, opinions, they lose their power over you. Instead of breaking under stress, you stay calm. Instead of running from challenges, you face them. Instead of letting emotions steer your life, you use them as signals to understand yourself deeper. Self-mastery is also about responsibility. It means no longer blaming your past, your environment, or other people for where you are. It means accepting that your life is shaped by your choices, your habits, and your mindset. And the moment you accept that truth, you gain power. Responsibility is freedom because it puts you in control. Most people want control over their life, but they don't want control over themselves. They want success without discipline, peace without self-awareness, and confidence without inner work. But true control does not come from changing the outside world. It comes from changing yourself. The moment you learn to guide your thoughts, you change your mindset. The moment you learn to guide your emotions, you change your behavior. And the moment you learn to guide your behavior, you change your entire life. Self-mastery is not a destination. It is a lifelong commitment to growth. Every day you learn more about who you are and who you're becoming. You start noticing your triggers, your habits, and the patterns that run your life. And as you become more aware, you gain more power to shift, grow, and rise. When you begin this journey of mastering yourself, you unlock a limitless version of you, one who is disciplined, focused, and unstoppable. This is where true greatness begins, mastering your mind and emotions. Mastering your mind and emotions is one of the greatest achievements you can accomplish in life. It is not something that happens overnight, and it is not something you learn once and forget. It is a daily practice, a conscious effort, and a lifelong discipline. Your mind is always thinking, always generating ideas, fears, doubts, dreams, and beliefs. And the quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. When your mind is scattered, your life feels chaotic. When your thoughts are negative, your world appears dark. But when your mind becomes focused and intentional, everything in your life starts shifting in a positive direction. Your mind is powerful, but it must be trained. If you don't train your mind, it will train you. It will pull you into overthinking, unnecessary worries, and self-sabotage. That's why awareness is the first step. You must learn to observe your thoughts instead of blindly believing them. Every time a negative thought enters your mind, pause and question it. Ask yourself, is this real? Is this helpful? Is this thought guiding me or limiting me? When you start analyzing your thoughts, you take away their power and gain control over your internal world. Emotional mastery is equally important. Your emotions are natural. They are signals from your inner world, but they are not instructions. Just because you feel anger does not mean you must react with anger. Just because you feel fear does not mean you must run. Emotionally strong people experience emotions like anyone else, but they respond with clarity, not chaos. They feel the emotion, acknowledge it, understand it, and then choose their reaction with intention. Too many people let their emotions control their entire life. A bad day becomes a bad week because they never learn to manage their feelings. A temporary disappointment becomes a permanent belief because they never learn to separate emotion from truth. Emotional mastery is not about pretending you're fine when you're not. It's about knowing how to calm yourself, ground yourself, and regain your balance even when life feels overwhelming. When you learn to control your emotions, small things stop triggering you. You don't take everything personally. You don't let someone else's behavior dictate your peace. You don't let fear kill your dreams. Instead, you respond from strength. You choose patience over anger. You choose courage over fear. You choose clarity over confusion. Mastering your mind and emotions also protects your energy. It prevents you from reacting impulsively, making daisy scions out of fear, or letting people manipulate your mood. It gives you stability, something many people lack. Emotional stability is a superpower. When you can stay centered while others are losing control, you rise above the noise. You become someone who cannot be shaken easily. This level of control gives you freedom from overthinking, freedom from fear, freedom from emotional chaos. And once your mind and emotions are under your command, your entire life opens up. You begin to make better decisions, attract healthier relationships, stay consistent with your goals, and walk through life with confidence and purpose. This is the true essence of self-mastery, leading your inner world so your outer world can transform, building discipline and taking action. Discipline is the backbone of self-mastery. It is the invisible force that shapes your habits, strengthens your character, and builds the life you dream of. Without discipline, your goals remain ideas, your potential remains untapped, and your dreams remain distant. But with discipline, everything becomes possible. Discipline is what allows you to keep going when motivation fades. It is what pushes you forward when you feel tired, overwhelmed, or uninspired. It is the power that separates wishful thinking from real achievement. Most people wait for the right moment, the right feeling, or the right mood before they take action. But discipline teaches you the truth. Action creates the right moment. Action creates the right mood. Action creates momentum. The people who succeed in life are not the ones who always feel motivated. They are the ones who act even when they don't feel like it. They understand that consistency builds strength, and strength builds success. Building discipline starts with small, daily decisions. You do not become disciplined overnight. You build discipline every time you make a choice. The T aligns with your goals instead of your excuses. When you wake up early even though your body wants to sleep, you build discipline. When you choose to work on your goals instead of wasting time, you build discipline. When you stay focused despite distractions, you build discipline. Every small action strengthens the muscle of self-control and makes you more powerful. But discipline alone is not enough. You must combine it with intentional action. Action is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. You can think, plan, and visualize, but none of it matters if you don't take steps toward your goals. You don't need to take massive steps every day. You just need to keep moving forward. Progress, no matter how small, is still progress. One of the biggest obstacles to taking action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But discipline helps you overcome fear. When you commit to showing up every day, fear starts losing its power over you. You begin to realize that action builds confidence. Every time you do something you were afraid to do, you grow. You become stronger, braver, and more prepared for life's challenges. Another obstacle is procrastination. Procrastination steals your time, your energy, and your opportunities. But when you develop discipline, procrastination becomes weaker. You stop waiting. You stop delaying. You stop telling yourself, "I'll start tomorrow." Instead, you take control of your day and your decisions. Discipline teaches you that your future is shaped by what you do today, not by what you promise to do someday. Consistency is the key. Show up even when you are tired. Work even when you don't feel ready. Keep going even when progress is slow. The compound effect of consistent action is powerful. Small steps taken every day lead to massive transformation over time. When you master discipline and HENG, you unlock your true potential. You become someone who follows through, someone who completes what they start, someone who doesn't quit. And once you develop this level of inner strength, your life begins to rise in ways you could never imagine. Becoming the leader of your life. Becoming the leader of your life means stepping into your full power. It means no longer living passively, no longer waiting for someone to guide you, fix you, or save you. It means recognizing that you are the author of your story, the director of your path, and the creator of your future. True leadership begins within. Before you can lead anyone else, you must learn to lead yourself, your decisions, your habits, your thoughts, your emotions, and your direction. Most people drift through life without purpose. They allow circumstances, people, and emotions to dictate their choices. They settle because they don't believe they deserve more. They stay in situations that drain them because change feels intimidating. But self-leaders are different. They take ownership of their life. They choose what aligns with their future, not what feels comfortable in the moment. They know that growth requires discomfort, and they willingly walk toward it. Becoming the leader of your life begins with clarity. You must know who you are, what you value, and where you want to go. Without clarity, you wander. With clarity, you move with purpose. Decide what kind of person you want to become. Decide the standards you want to hold yourself to. Decide how you want to show up every day. When your vision is clear, your choices become easier. Leadership becomes natural because you have direction. Leadership also requires accountability. You cannot grow if you constantly blame others for your mistakes, your setbacks, or your lack of progress. When you take accountability, you take power back into your hands. You understand that your habits shape your results, your decisions shape your destiny, and your mindset shapes your experience. Accountability is not about guilt, it is about growth. It is about recognizing that you are capable of change, improvement, and evolution. A true leader sets boundaries. You must protect your energy, your mind, and your peace. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not every situation deserves your time. When you learn to say no to what drains you, you open space for what builds you. Boundaries help you stay aligned with your goals, your values, and your well-being. They protect your focus and prevent you from being pulled in directions that don't serve your growth. Leadership also means choosing your environment wisely. The people you surround yourself with influence your mindset, your habits, and even your identity. Leaders choose to be around individuals who inspire them, challenge them, and support their growth. They avoid negativity and avoid relationships that hold them back. You cannot rise if you are surrounded by people who expect you to stay small. Finally, leadership is about consistency. It's about showing up for yourself every day, even when no one is watching. It's about doing the right thing not because someone expects it, but because it aligns with your standards. Leaders live intentionally. They don't get controlled by impulses. They don't react blindly. They act with wisdom, purpose, and strength. When you become the leader of your life, everything changes. You stop chasing validation. You stop following expectations. You stop living for others. Instead, you rise into your true self. You walk with confidence because you know who you are. You pursue your goals with determination because you believe in your direction. And you create a life that reflects your highest potential. This is what it means to truly take full control of your life. Leading yourself boldly, purposefully, and powerfully.